Hello and welcome back to Love Letters. We find love in the most unexpected time, unexpected places, and the most unexpected person. Sa gabing ito, matutunghayan na naman natin ang isang natatanging kwento na ipinadala ni Amiel from Tayabas. And this is his story. Our love story is more like a fairy tale, a story I will always cherish in my memory. I have a brother whom I love so much. Let's call him Alex. Alex is older by 2 years and we grew up together without our parents as they both live in America since we were very young. They are both US citizens now and working on our petition to join them someday. Typical of young boys, we spend most of our time hanging out or playing the piano together for we both love music very much. No one leaves the house without the other. We're just like twins and inseparable. We enjoy doing things together and help each other out with school projects and household chores. I really idolize my brother Alex. He is a perfect friend and the best brother one could ever have. We share a lot of stories and we don't keep secrets from each other. When we're not together, I would rather sit at home reading or watching TV. Normally, we were living an easy life without any troubles. But suddenly, things change when Anne, his new girlfriend, arrived in our lives. Anne is sweet and very pretty. I can tell that she loves my brother so much. We spend many times together, eating out or taking a walk at the park. She's great to be with because she's a little crazy sometimes. Anne and I are of the same age, but she's no longer in school because she's managing a small business that was left to her by her parents. She's also an intelligent and independent woman and very level-headed. Those are the same qualities I'm looking for in a woman. But sad to say, that's a hard girl to find even to this day. Sometimes, I wish that I got to meet her first before my brother Alex did. It used to be that me and Alex are in constant company. But things have changed. Now I'm always being left out in the conversation. I couldn't help sometimes to feel envious of my brother now that there is someone special in his life. I feel jealous too when he spends more time with her than me.
Di na muling luluha, di na pipilitin pang ikaw ay aking ibigin hanggang sa walang hanggan. Di na makikinig ang puso ko'y lito, malaman mo saan ang ikaw ang inibig ko, at kung hindi man para sa akin ang inalay.
But I understand the situation completely, since Anne is pretty much okay and I like her for what she is. As long as my brother is happy, I'm happy too. One day, the petition paper from the US Embassy for my brothers arrived. He's so happy with the news. He's been dying to go to the USA. Unfortunately, Anne will be left behind. Of course, he promised Anne that he will return to marry her as soon as he is able to save enough money. That's a promise she will be holding on. The promise of marriage. I'm not sure if my brother's departure will make me sad or that will make me happy that I am all that she got. Deep inside, I feel bad for Anne, for they will be oceans apart. Normally, a few weeks had passed after my brother left for America, and my communication with Anne became less and less. I know it's difficult to keep a long-distance relationship, and I know what she is going through. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't seen her for a while. I don't understand why I miss Anne more than I miss my brother. I can't keep her off my mind. What is this feeling? Am I in love with her? It's hard not to think of her. It's not right for me to fall for her. It's unfair for my brother because they truly love each other. One afternoon, I don't know what came over me, but I suddenly found myself dialing her number. I invited her for a snack and maybe a stroll in the park. I'm glad that she said yes. I felt good being with her again. She told me of some problems with her business, that's why she didn't have time to see her or call me. As she spoke, I can't help staring at her beautiful face. Every time she mentioned her problem, I have this urge to just kiss her and hug her to make her feel everything will be alright. That I'm there to help. That I can be more than a friend. Normally, I wish that moment we were together will not end. I was ready to listen to whatever she has to say, come hell or high water. That moment I felt that there's only the two of us in the world. I couldn't contain my happiness. I was in heaven. But all of a sudden her cell phone rings. My brother Alex is on the other end of the line. I quickly crash back to earth and reality sets in. I realize that she and my brother are still in a relationship. Is this jealousy that I am feeling? I have no right to be jealous. She is my brother's girlfriend, for God's sake. I should be happy for them. The conversation went on as I patiently waited for it to end. I couldn't take it anymore, so I left without saying goodbye.
Would you look at me? I am frustrated. I am sick and tired of things I love to do.
Normally, I have made a decision to get rid of whatever feelings I have for Anne. I told myself it's not going to work. Besides, they love each other too much, even with a distance, and I'm just deluding myself. I was chilling out at home one hot day when Anne suddenly shows up. She gave me a present from a recent trip to Baguio. I was floored by her kindness. At least I know she still cares for me. She apologized for making me wait for so long while she talked with my brother. I said that was nothing, and we became good friends again. I don't know what's eating me, but I think I'm falling in love with her all over again. Normally, I struggle to live a normal life without thinking of her, and after a couple of weeks, I felt I succeeded. I tried to focus on my studies, and it helped a lot. One night, Anne comes knocking at my door. She was distraught. I let her inside to make her comfortable. I wasn't sure if I was ready to help her with her problem. Then she told me of the saddest news, that my brother Alex called to confess something he now regret. He said that he met a girl at a party, seduced him, and got her pregnant. That really shocked me. She said that Alex has to take responsibility for his act, or she will charge her with rape. I was speechless. I was angry at my brother. How could he let it happen? He could have been more careful. I know what Anne is feeling at the moment. I felt so much pity for her. I then had the courage to tell her not to worry, for I will be there for her. Normandy, I realized that now is the time when she would need a true friend whom she could trust. Someone who would give a shoulder to cry on. In the following days, I would go to visit her and see how she is coping up with her emotion. I would always ask her out to eat so she could forget what she had been through. Weeks had passed and we enjoyed being together, enjoying life. I could sense that she is slowly regaining her normal life back and she has moved on. She now feels more relaxed when we are together. In the beginning, all I wanted is for Anne to be happy again, to make up for what my brother did. Slowly I realized that I'm 100% falling deeply in love with her. Although we are now much closer than before, I couldn't find the courage to tell her that I love her. Day and night I pray to God to give me the strength and courage to tell her what I feel. But when is the right time? I asked myself. I was very confused. Normandy, it was Anne's birthday, and I invited her for a nice dinner. But deep inside me, I was planning to finally reveal what I had been keeping inside my heart. As we are seated in a restaurant, I asked her if I could hold her hand, and she said why. I took a deep breath and I said, because I like to greet you a happy birthday and to tell you how much I love you. I saw in her face how shocked she was, frozen, and could not speak. I was waiting for her to say I'm sorry and to feel dejected. I waited for her reply. Time seemed to stop. When she stood up and left, it only meant one thing, that I have failed. My move was a big mistake. It was the saddest moment of my life. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. I followed her into the garden outside the restaurant and found her seated on a bench. I sat beside her and I said I'm sorry. She looked at me and she said, hold my hand. I said, why? And she said, because my answer is, I love you too. I couldn't believe what I just heard. I couldn't believe what I just heard. I hugged her so tightly that I wouldn't want anything to stand between us. Normandy, I could not find the right words to explain what I felt at that moment. I felt my body was full of love and happiness, that I was about to explode. To avoid any problems, we kept our relationship a secret from my brother. 9 months into our relationship, we were still a picture of bliss with our love going stronger every day. We decided to stop by to say a few prayers of gratitude. What happened next was magical.
Kailanman ay hindi kita pagtataksilan
Isuot mo at pakaingatan
ang singsing na ito
na siyang tanda
ng aming pag-ibig at katapatan
sa ngalan ng Ama,
at ng Anak
ng Espiritu Santo.
at
And with the words we uttered and promised at that instance, With God as our witness, we knew in our hearts that it is the time that we get married. Normally, it didn't take long for us to find ourselves in the middle of a hectic preparation for our coming wedding. We were both excited as we discussed every detail that needed to be done. I called my parents in the States and told them about the whole wedding plan and to ask for their blessings. Sadly, they could not make it as my dad has some medical problems and could not travel. Fortunately, my mom and dad sent me a good sum of money to cover the major wedding expenses. I told them not to tell my brother about this event, as this will break his heart. A day later, my dad called to inform me that my brother's girlfriend has died while giving birth to a stillborn baby. It was a devastating news and I really felt bad for him. I kept this information from Anne, as this might upset her. A few days before our date at the altar, an unexpected guest showed up. Normally, that scene sent chills down my spine. I thought I'd seen a ghost. I didn't know what to say, or feel, or think, or do. I just stood there frozen as I watched Anne and my brother locked in a tight embrace. I was worried sick that everything that I have dreamt of, everything that I have worked hard for is now in shambles. The woman of my dreams is now all but a dream. My heart beats faster as it breaks into a million pieces. All I am waiting is for her to say, I am calling off our wedding. Anne walked towards me. She took my hand and wrapped her arms around me and proudly said, Meet my future husband, Amiel. Normally, it was a scene straight from a movie. I didn't know how I would react. I felt I betrayed my brother for marrying his girlfriend without even telling him. And I need to apologize. But before I could say a word, he approached me and shook my hands. He said congratulations. Dad told me everything. I came not to take her away, but to be a witness to your special union, and to be the best man in your wedding. My brother's presence was the greatest gift I have ever received. Looking back at those precious moments is something I will always cherish. It was a moment I will forever keep in my heart. This is where my love story ends. Thank you, Normandy, for giving me a chance to share my love story with your audience. I truly appreciate it. Thanks, and God bless. Amiel. Thank you, Amiel, for sharing your story with us, and for everybody who wants to be a part of our program, please send your love story to us at this email address. This is Normandy Laureta. Until next episode of Love Letters.